Hey guys, it's your girl, Jinx Platinum. Welcome to Black Weebs R Us. Okay, lately I've been going through the process of healing and trying to, let out some emotions that I still was holding on to, which I'm still in the process of doing that. But last night I had watched Bleach, Thousand Years Blood War Season 2. Now, I told y'all I watched Season 1, and I told y'all I was going to come back with Part 2 to why I don't like Yuru, or whatever the hell his name is. Okay, this dude, basically, y'all already know the drama between the Quincy's and the Soul Reapers, right? Y'all know the history. Y'all know what Ichigo fight for. You know what all he did, all of the things that he did, all the accomplishments he did. He did it to fight the Soul Society and fight this whole drama between the Quincy's and the Soul Reapers and stuff like that, right? Well, I was watching the first season. The first season, some of the Quincy's were successful at taking their bronchi. And they thought because they take the bronchi, they thought, oh, okay, well, we can beat the Soul Reapers. We can beat Soul Society if we take their bronchi, which their bronchi are basically their lifeline because basically those bronchi were created from their souls. So the fact that they talk about, oh, y'all talk if these bronchi are alive, they are alive. They are created from their souls and everything else that goes with it when they create the bronchi, right? Well, I watched season 2, and season 2 is where they actually continue uh tarnishing the Soul Society. Now, half of the captains died, and their grand boss had died, which is the bald head dude who was supposed to be strong, but then turn around, he got defeated. Well, they continued a second blow to the Soul Society, but the only difference was they didn't successfully take down some of the captains because some of the captains went on their last request of more power to understand their abilities, to understand their passion of them being a captain, right? And stuff like that. They went on their last quest for more power. So when they do a second strike, which they already knew the Quincy's were going to do a second strike. So now this is the part that I hate. I understand Oreo. I'm gonna call him Four Eyes. I understand that Four Eyes grandpa died because what the Soul Reapers did to them, and I found out more information about what the Soul Reapers actually did to their grandpa and what they actually did in the past because none of them were great saints. But the fact that they slowed down on what they did and they took out some of the Quincy's because if you think about it, the Quincy's got a lot to lose more than the Soul Society because if the Soul Reapers still exist, then the Hollows still exist, and the Hollows can technically kill the Quincy's if they wanted to. But the fact that they believe that their power is salute, which I really against because first of all, that was the past, and Four Eyes is going by what actually happened in the past. Due to the fact that his mom died, I didn't even know his mom died. I thought his mom was still alive. So technically, I find that out as well. So he didn't just only lost his grandpa; he lost his mother as well. But I thought he lost his mom to a sickness. I thought he lost his mom to a sickness though. But I don't know. I didn't get into full detail on how his mom died. But yeah, I didn't know he suffered with two loss, his grandpa and his mom. But at the same time, for him, he found a book, and it gave him more than what he was asking for. So that's why he sought. That's why he made the decision on cutting the ties that he had with his friends to pursue what the man wanted him to pursue, which is be with the Quincy's, because that's who he is. He's a Quincy. But at the same time, you wasn't saying anything when Ichigo was fighting the Soul Society just to save a Soul Reaper. You wasn't saying half of the shit that Ichigo was doing and you had part in and you joined. Now all of a sudden you found out a little bit of information that you don't understand. You completely don't understand because you're going by what's happening. You're going by what's um the book says and what your so-called purpose is. How how you can just cut all that off just to join sides with the Quincy's, who not really technically Quincy's. I don't, cause the way how they set up the conversation is like as if he's the last Quincy's. They're not really true Quincy's. The way how he said it, the way how he announced that Ryu was going to be his next successor, and I'm like, why the other dude wasn't his successor? Because the other dude did more than Ryu did. So why the hell he's not the successor? I was with the dude, like, how the fuck this dude can come out of nowhere and then end up being his successor when the dude with the blonde hair was the one there the whole time. When the whole attack happened, he wasn't there. He don't know their true purpose. He's basically still trying to he's still trying to figure things out. Uru's still trying to figure things out. But the fact that he says that he has a higher destiny for something, I know, I know this whole thing is going to be really rough for Ichigo because Ichigo had basically already accepted him as his friend, and it's going to be hard for the rest of the crew to accept the fact that Uru has his own purpose in life. But the fact that you just threw away your friends all for a purpose that's not even yours, that's why I don't understand. Like how you can just give all that away for a purpose that's not even yours. So at the same time, I I kind of don't like him. I never did like his character from the whole beginning because the way how he came off as an asshole. So to me, I felt like I don't really technically like his character. I don't like Orio's character. I really don't. Because he's going by somebody. I feel like he's going off of somebody else's purpose and what he read in the book and how he know what they said in the book is true. Like that them stuff that happened between the Quincy's and the Soul Society happened thousands of years ago, and you're fighting on that purpose alone. That's not enough to say, "Oh yeah, because I'm a Quincy, that's what my purpose is," or "This is what I was supposed to do." But like I said, it's written in a book, so yeah, his purpose is to, I guess, take out all of the Soul Reapers, destroy the Soul Society and the Holos, so they can coexist. So they can live a peaceful life. But I thought they was already living a peaceful life because not Rook, yeah, I stepping before my time. Because if the Soul Reapers wanted to kill Uriel, then don't you think they would have did it by now? The fact that they didn't do it and he still was alive because he was on Ichigo's side, I feel like they're going by this. Is something they're not saying to Uriel? Are they not saying the whole story to the whole thing? Like, we don't know what he read in the book. We only going by what the show is telling us. But like I said, I'm about to read the manga version of it so I can get some more information. because technically I don't even like his character. I don't even think if I read the manga version I'll still like his character, but at the same time I felt like his character, it pisses me off. Like his character literally pissed me off because his character reads stuff and then turn around. Did it ever occur to him that the reason why his brother never told him that the Quincy's were all dead because technically he don't believe in what the Quincy believe in, because he knew that for a fact that if you found out that the Quincy's were alive, you were going to turn your back on everything that you cared about just to join the Quincy's, which I don't understand. Why did you actually turn your back on your friends or on your family or the last Quincy's there is? Because he's not taking, apparently, he's not the last Quincy. He's not the last Quincy because his brother's a Quincy too, and the people who he was living with for years were Quincy's too. So I don't think he's the last Quincy. I think he's the last Quincy that they noticed as a Quincy or they acknowledge as a Quincy. But I don't think he's the last Quincy. No, because his brother's a Quincy. It's not even his brother, or that's his cousin. I'm trying to figure that shit out for the longest because I thought that was his big brother. I really did. And you know what else I did find out? I found out more about Ichigo's mother. Now, I was trying to wonder why she played an important piece into Ichigo's form of power, right? And I did not notice that the the Sambakuto that he had was a Quincy. I did not know that. And the And on top of that, he fits the form of the dude who's the grandfather of the Quincy's. He really do look like him, but he has more shades. But he looks a better version of the man. The man just look old version of Golden Rogers. He looked like an old version of Golden Rogers. But yeah, I just noticed that when he actually put it into pieces, that the dude was his Quincy ability. So all that time he had two bronchis. He has two bronchis. He has a bronchi that belongs to a Quincy. He has a bronchi that belongs to a hollow. And then turn around, Rukia brought to light his Soul Reaper side. All that time he didn't even crack surface of his ability. Because that's how they made it seem like he didn't crack the surface of his power because his bronchi didn't give him all of his name. Just like um the dude that Rukia is friends with the red hair, his his bronchi only gave him half of his name. He didn't give him the whole name. And I saw a little bit of that when they went to the Soul Society after they got their ass whooped, got their ass handed up to them the first strike. And then the second strike, he showed his true bronchi, and the man was like, um, the man was like, oh, I can use my bronchi because they never took his bronchi. They just beat the shit out of him. They took his captain's bronchi, but I thought his captain was dead. But his captain, of course, his captain did not died. Of course, I love him. I so love him, especially his hair when his hair is wet and then turn around. He show that muscle body. When he was in that healing tub or whatever you call it. You see, when the water was dropping down his body, and let me tell you something, and girl, let me tell you something. I wish I'd been in that sauna with him. I wish. But anyways, focus here. But yeah, when they were doing the bronchi and everything, they showed the true bronchi. Like Ichigo has two swords now. He don't have one yet. So yeah. Mm, yes, yes. I can't stop thinking about focus. That is not why we're here. Focus. That is not why we're here. Okay, girl. That is not why we're here. But yeah, I feel like Four Eyes, he basically he joined the wrong team. I understand you have Quincy's. You're a Quincy, and you have a purpose, but is that purpose more important than the fact that you were fighting for what your grandpa wanted? Was that purpose is more important than turning your back on the little bit of family that you do have? Is that purpose worth destroying human lives or anything? Like at the end of the day, you have to make sure if you decided to go with this true purpose, is it important than all of the things that you work so hard for, that you accomplish with your team and your friends and everything? Like you just threw them away like they were just literally trash, like they were just loose ends that need to be cut. And I felt like he didn't truly thought about what he did, but he just did it because he felt like he had a purpose and he deserved to be with the Quincy's because he is a Quincy. Yes, what the Soul Society did to the Quincy's were fucked up. It was wrong. But at the same time, they know now that the decisions that they made all those years ago were more fucked up than what they built now. And now they're trying to protect what they built years ago and what they established for other newcomer soul reapers. They're trying to protect that. So when the new upcoming soul reapers, such as Ichigo and the rest of the people that they brought there, can have a place to make new change, now they're trying to literally fight for something than what they were fighting for and trying to take years ago. So at the same time, I felt like some of them Some of them didn't deserve to die. Some of them literally did. It's like that old man, he didn't deserve to die. He was cocky. He was. Again, yeah, he's cocky. He was, and he was an asshole. He was cocky, but he didn't deserve to die that way. He really didn't. And the fact that they took the bronchi for them when they don't even know, they took a bronchi from the Soul Reaper captains, and they didn't even know the surface. They only know the surface of what the captain showed them. They didn't know the true values of the bronchi. So that's why they lost, and that's why they're going to continue losing. But yeah, I'm just excited on to see what Ichigo's going to do. I hope Ichigo beat the shit out of them. I really do. I hope Ichigo beat the shit out of them. I also saw something else, but that I'm not going to talk about because I didn't really see the new Bleach. I didn't see the new Bleach, the new episodes that they have out now. I saw um the black cat, the black woman who forms into a black cat. She has a new form. And I saw that a little bit of that because basically I be on TikTok and they clip the thing and they actually talk about it. So I didn't really stay tuned for it because technically it would have been a spoiler for me because I didn't really technically saw. I'm not looking at the new episodes. I'm looking at the episodes they already had there on this app. So yeah, but yeah, that's the end of this conversation. I will be trying to um continue with my podcast because technically, I'm supposed to be talking about the new Spider-Man, and I'm supposed to be talking about Miles Morales because they're technically doing a they're trying to complete that. They're trying to make a Miles Morales story movie, and they don't. Some people are questioning the casting of some of the characters that they're going to have inside the actual movie. And to me, I felt like you see him as a black guy. The only way you know about his Spanish side is when he speaks it. You don't know it by seeing it because he's black. But stay tuned for that because I will be talking about that on my podcast. This is a little bit of my podcast right here, but I'm gonna do a lot of editing to these videos, so you'll see the final. You'll see the final complete um video when I finish editing it. Yes, my editing is sucked, but that's all right. Anyways, if you like the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Drink plenty of water, stay safe, and make sure you guys follow my Discord because I talk about plenty things on there. I am in a group, so I will put the other group that I'm in because they talk about animation and other topics as well. They have fun. I kind of like them. They're like my fam now, so stay tuned for that. So I will be posting all of that on the video, so you won't be missing anything. I am going to talk about another thing as well. Now, on some of my videos, I had a Facebook. I wasn't getting a lot of notice on Facebook. So technically, I kind of take my Facebook down. Like, I completely take it down. Like, I don't even go in there most of the majority of the time. I mostly be on TikTok or Instagram or not Facebook or YouTube. So technically, I will not have a Facebook. I'll have probably a TikTok, an Instagram, and a YouTube, and a Twitch. And y'all already know why I'm going to have a Twitch. I don't know. A lot of people are telling me not to go to Twitch because they're saying there's a lot of things that you can do and say on Twitch that you can do on Kick. So I don't know. I'm a stove fighting on where I want to go when I do the gaming thing. But yeah, I'll do another video talking more about my social media platforms. Okay. Okay. Love you guys.